Hi, welcome to Global One Media. Today I'm joined by Jeremy Ross, who's the CEO and president of Friday's Dog, which is a company listed on the OTC and TSXV, which markets a science-driven formulation portfolio of pet care products that use natural, non-toxic ingredients and cruelty-free testing. Hi, Jeremy. How are you today?
Good, Bastian. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us. So, as a first question, I know you currently focus on meeting the need of the U.S. market. How do you see the dog care market performing in the near and midterm?
That's a good question. The good thing, one of the reasons we got into the pet care market is, they are recession proof. You always need to feed your dog. It's part of the family, and it shows, on the charts that, year after year, the pet market seems to be growing, probably about 1 to 5%, probably a year annually. So we think we're in a good spot. I mean, the U.S. is probably the biggest pet market in the world, and I think we're bringing a special brand that's really never been seen before. We've hired some of the best in class to create this new product portfolio, to really up the game and bring quality and natural ingredients to the market.
Excellent. And as well as economic conditions have become increasingly challenging amidst high inflation and the rising costs of living. So, what impact does this have on your business, and how are you navigating this current business environment?
Well, the good thing is that we purchased all of our products up front. So all of our inventory is actually in a warehouse. So, everything's been paid for. So we really kind of haven't felt the pinch on the inflation costs and the shipping, timeline. So we were kind of ahead of the game here, and we purchased all of our products up front. So, we're being very careful. We are looking at the economic data that's going out there, and we're also looking at adjusting and making sure that our prices are reasonable in this environment to make sure that the sales are still moving forward.
Excellent. And despite the challenges, you managed to establish your brand as an authentic dog brand in the market very quickly. What factors do you think helped you achieve that, and how do you sustain your competitive advantage?
Well, the good thing is that we just went and did our very first debut at Super Zoo in Las Vegas at the end of August there, and it was a smashing hit. I believe we came second place in the whole entire venue on Dogs to Instagram. It was the best new product in booth. Another good thing is we met about 3 or 4 massive private equity firms, that look after probably 40 billion. One's 20 billion, and the other one's 5 billion, and it was all the common theme. Like, we absolutely fell in love with your booth, we fell in love with your product, and we love your branding. So, to really get this type of caliber of investor and, people that are actually in the pet care market and are looking to acquire brands that are unique and something different,
Yeah.
to have those people now coming to us, we're not going to them,
Mhm.
speaks volumes of the brand. And, I really got to thank Steve Elston, who is the creative director of Hugo Boss and Swarovski Crystals. I mean, this guy has worked alongside of Karl Lagerfeld. I mean, this is what we put together, is to create a brand that is above the rest in the pet care market. And obviously, from our debut at Super Zoo, we're achieving those goals.
Very interesting. And also, Jeremy, can you tell us about your current partnerships and how the collaborations help Friday's Dog achieve its mission and increase its market share?
Yeah, I mean, really, we've been smart, and we've aligned ourselves with Best Friends Animal Society. I think they're the largest no kill shelter in the world, and just to be able to actually partner with them, you got to pass a lot of tests and hurdles and requirements to even, put your brand alongside of their brand, and that is a huge caveat for us on that side. So I would say that's our biggest, kind of more or less giving back, so to
Yeah.
say, and aligning ourselves with our brand, and a brand like Best Friends Animal Society really kind
Mm.
of goes hand in hand in what we're trying to achieve and what we're really trying to, give to Friday's Dogs investors, but also Friday's Dogs consumers.
Excellent. So, as a last question, can you tell investors about your vision for the company in the long term?
Um, yeah, I mean, Friday's Dog is a startup and everything takes time.
Yeah.
It took us a while to get public. We raised $17 million. We have a great list of products now here to, get out to the marketplace. And, for the long term, what I see is just, I've talked to a lot of people within the
Mhm.
industry, and I really wanted to kind of get out and get going as fast as I could. But I'm starting to realize that you got to grow organically. People got to know who you are. They got to use your products. They got to review your products. And more so than anything, because we just more or less launched, kind of March, April, May,
Yeah.
really kicked off in August, I would say it takes time to get that repeat customer, that lifetime value, right? And I think, that's where the patient needs to come from, because just as we're getting all the great feedback from all the big private equity firms, we're now starting to get that feedback from our consumers, where I mean they're just ranting and raving about the dogs no longer itch anymore. They love the smell, they love the feel.
Right.
We're bringing that Friday's Dog feeling into the living room now and into people's homes, and that takes time. And because we're a startup, we're just starting to unfold month by month, and our sales are growing, our Instagram's growing. Everything seems to be, every month is growing by 100 to 200%. So
Yeah.
when you start to see those numbers, you're going in the right direction. It's just things just take a little bit longer than you want them to, but slow and steady wins the race.
Perfect. Well, thanks a lot, Jeremy. I love the story, the branding. It's fantastic. So we look forward to seeing the next updates and news from Friday's Dog. So thanks a lot for your time today.
Excellent. Thanks for having me again, Bastian. Take care. Thank you.